kind of not going to be underestimating ZETA here either, are they, Mitch? Because,
not at all.
You know, they're coming off a blip-free bind and are going to be feeling super good.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the momentum is in their court. Vanity's back in the controller, playing the Viper as well. Maybe he will steal the love I had for Mystic back in the day. Still have. And, yeah, but realistically, Oxy, that's who my eyes have got to be on. He's just played so unbelievably well, but that was with disruptive utility. That was with crazy rotations around the map on his gate crash. Now he's going to do it on the Raze, but we know damn well he's capable of doing that. A chance, though, for Yatsuka to step up to the plate and take him on in more conventional duels, maybe find his footing in this series.
If I had a live mic to the crowd right now, they wouldn't understand it.
I was going to say.
Great. But I would get them hyped up and I'd get them popping off for ZETA right now, because I think that's what ZETA needs.
Okay. I don't really know how you expect. That's not really a question. You've said a statement to me, Ian, and then you went, I'm going to do this, Tom.
Yep.
Cool.
And I want you to agree with me. That's what.
Go on, man.
Cool,
I'll get you a mic.
Thanks.
All right, we're going into this, the third and final map of the quarterfinal. Luckily for you two, this is where my mic dips out. But last second predictions, go. Tom.
We got to go ZETA win.
ZETA win.
Hashtag ZETA win.
Hashtag ZETA win. Let's get into this. Who's taking it? Tom, Mitch, take us home in this quarterfinal.
Well, it looks someone's going to be going out of the tournament here and now. It feels sad to say goodbye to them already, but we got to move on. We got to get this gameplay advancing. It's all about the advanced gameplay. That's all Ian wants to see. Well, let's see who has it up for offer. ZETA having to retake B. We saw a very clean entry from C9. Smokes down, blast back in. And plant. Now the timer is starting to tick away, and it's only a matter of time before C9 try to take extra space. They're all trapped inside of the site, and eventually they want to punch back out, and that's exactly how they do it. Fighting up towards heaven, and now the flank maybe going to play a role. They smoked off the turret. They've made it past, and maybe in a position where Zeppa wouldn't expect them. Never mind. Galaxy Brain Zeppa's already got this one calculated. He didn't know about Yatsuka, though. Too many players on the other side.
Yeah, and this is the exact start that C9 want. Start getting into the minds of their opponents early. It's been now 14 in a row since we've really seen anything from that side, but ultimately, we want to see if there's a response. Now, at least in this position, you're not really going to expect too much. You got yourselves a few pistols to play with. The Sheriffs on Yatsuka and Hiroron could be something. But again, it is relatively heavy into the rifles. C9 wanting to make sure that there's no mistakes like we saw in that first matchup.
Well, there's certainly no mistakes starting out this round with a nice, clean opening. Two on the board already. Pistols have been a big factor in ZETA, as we said, in that first day, in that first matchup, first map against C9 yesterday. But now, well, it looks like C9 have learned their lesson. And that's the thing, you know, we talked a lot about ZETA having played this map and having learned, but C9 have also had a bunch of maps now under their belt. They start to warm up, they start to learn the synergies and the gaps in their gameplay. Start to plug those up. Nice flash in. Clear space. I like the spam from Oxy as well, just guaranteeing no one's pushing the door. They know the tree is pretty much open. They, again, decide to just move as a unit. The only little risk is Curry opening that door. Like, he's got a Vandal. There was a pistol close. He's going tree solo. It wouldn't be great for them to recover that, but luckily, there will be no punish.
Also aware of the potential flank. I say that. Laz has actually managed to get past the angle that Vanity is holding. But the thing is, he's got a classic. It's like, even if he manages to swing this, the chances of him winning this duel are slim to none. Maybe just trying to hold someone on this exit. Oh, Curry's holding it as well. A single kill for Hiroron will at least do a small amount of damage. But again, this bonus round from C9 is going to come in with some hefty weight to it. And as said, ZETA's absence from the scoreboard now reaches 15 rounds. I want to see them get this next round and get it clean, because although it might not be necessarily weighing on their minds directly, the further this goes, the scarier this entire series gets. As said, there's no lower bracket in this tournament. That's not how it works. You lose this game, you are out.
You out. And the other thing is, you know, it's 15 rounds in a row for C9, right? They're just carrying on that momentum at this point. Another pistol under their belt. I remember seeing Vanity a long time ago play with little ears. It might have been meant to be cats. They could very well be bunny ears on top of him this time around. So he's looking energized. The B site, up for grabs. But there's a lot of players defending it this time around. A different stance from ZETA with the rifles, and a good opening from Laz with 2 kills. Still, though, C9 will be happy to trade out in a round like this. Man disadvantage, sure, but damage is the name of the game. Jake on the rifle, Zeppa with a Bulldog. Some opportunities still to take even footing duels. And it looks like we're going to have a little sneaky play through from Jake while the spike moves to the other side of the map. A fake from the Vandal. Wouldn't really be expected on the side of ZETA. If they spot him and they spot the Vandal.
They saw the pixel of his Vandal. As
They
he
did?
Went, yeah, 100%. Like Uran, I don't believe he put that snake bite down just on coincidence.
Yeah.
He saw just enough information that there was a player there.
Rotate.
So he's even rotated in support. Heroron is, well, I say ready. He's gone down immediately.
Oh, no.
Response will be there. Jake's not going to get anything else. And that's actually pulled the spike back.
Yeah.
He did so well that now with 30 seconds left, C9 have got to try and reposition once again. Vanity is on a lurk in towards this B side, but there's not one, but actually a second player in as well towards the broken door. So with information there, this ends as a pretty nasty crossfire. Great flash, but it's only going to catch one.
Yeah, if Sugar Zero was blind, that really could have went their way, but very quickly able to recover on that. Something we saw from him over on a
Combo
set,
breaker.
Okay. Gonna be your new thing? That's your stim beacon.
Yeah, there you go. 15 rounds in a row, not anymore. One round in a row.
Wait, 15's all they get!
Yeah.
Well, it would be impressive if ZETA could answer back with a similar
Yeah,
performance.
13 rounds in a row. Let's go.
Let's go, here and now, 32.
Not biased.
I would cheer for that. Sorry, Vanity. Please don't hate me.
Please respond to my DM. Oh, wow. The pace from Oxy, and he's gone.
Just like that.
Oh, and so Zephyr as well. This is a bit of a slaughter. Jake at least stems the bleeding. Sort of. The spike is still down, but he's actually going to use the from the shadows he's managed to garner over the last couple of rounds to get it. They weren't actually fighting anymore, but better safe than sorry.
Toxin screen down.
A good early start in this round from ZETA. Laz actually left onto just a pistol, so they still have some vulnerabilities, and they are leaving this A site somewhat open. Even just maybe, I think they expect that C9 are a lot further forward than they actually are.
Yeah, they definitely do. A super, super passive play, and even the player on B watching over towards the spawn for the push-in on A stairs. Now, the turret has been has spotted a player, rather, and been destroyed. They have to shift focus, but they're still leaving B. And it's very common to leave B quite open like that. It's a tough site to actually defend from the site. Typically, you want to pick them off on the way through, or when they overextend afterwards, very close to losing another. But Heroron fails to grab that frag, and Curry will stay alive late into the round. It's Jake with the Vandal taking over control. 3 kills already. There's a 4th. Ace around the corner, but Sugar Zero denies it, takes another, and it's only Curry, the man who very nearly got dropped a second ago. He's given away his position. A smoke goes down. Sugar Zero, 50 HP. He needs the headshot. It has to be over to beside the smoke. 4 kills for Sugar Zero, and the round goes to ZETA.
I don't know how that slipped away. I genuinely don't know how it slipped away. It was so impressive from Jake in this round. Just took over everything. 3 kills, spinning back round, and Sugar Zero gets 1, and then the second just fade away smoke leaves it down to just Curry. And he actually gets connected on by the first bullet. A single bullet more, and he's dead to rights. A round that, again, ZETA should not have been winning. But they take it. Even still, though, the economy of C9 will last for another round. Single ultimate online for them as well, in the form of the Seekers. But a couple more not too far away. And bear in mind that a lot of the orbs on this map, in fact all of them, favor that attack side. They've already managed to collect a couple.
Some healthy growth from the defensive side as we see them start to flourish. Finding 2 rounds, tying it up. This is where they push it across the line, take the lead, and put C9 on the back foot economically, if they can. Still, it's a similar position for both teams, though, and Eco to follow. It's Laz to fall first, forced into a fight by the nade. And their rotation is even coming through, having found that kill. Connector was open, A site's taken. from the shadows to clear backside. Kills across the board. Sugar Zero again trying to hold strong, but he's going to need to ace this round. He had a 4K in the previous. Now it's time to one-up himself if he's going to get it across the line.
Can he get through the gap in the door? He has. It's Vanity opening it for him, but it's not going to be happening. C9, after their economy was put to the brink, break back once again, take their lead, and the problem now is ZETA, bear in mind, they survived with one player in the last round, so their finances are completely in the bin. They've got to play this one as a light. Now, the one thing they have is that if they do manage to get a couple of kills, Nightfall's close, Lockdown's close, Showstopper's close.
Yep.
So there's potential still in this round, but then the same is on the other
Exactly,
side. It's the exact same ultimates are very close to being online, and they still have the buy with the rifles in it.
Yes, so that's the big difference here. I mean, for ZETA, it's much more likely to have that big impact. That's why they're calling a tactical timeout here and now, discussing how they want to approach this round, even down to the basics of if you get a Showstopper online, do we commit it? When do we commit it? Where do we want to go? Where's the best chance for these pistols to thrive? Or do you even want to use it as an info-finding mission? This C9 side has, I mean, they've shown a little bit of depth so far, but definitely favored towards the B site. But as soon as they grab a pick, they're happy to shift their attention. Just look at what they did. Picking off Laz, immediately the trigger is pulled. It's no longer a B take. It's rerouting, moving through to A, grabbing the plant there, using their From the Shadows to clear out the site. The potential for them to steam into the lead here and replicate the streak of rounds from the previous map is going to be in the back of ZETA's mind. Better to get this tactical timeout in early. Make sure they avoid letting it slip.
It's still one that's quite difficult to come back from the pause. As I said, I feel like the ZETA pauses have been very impactful. Tommy, take notes. Get ready for the next game. They've got to learn, you know, that's what it is. Something like that. But in this sort of round, well, you'd have to say that the coach is performing miracles, almost like a Pronax pause, which some people will get. Many won't. I'm old.
I actually don't get that.
Is the Fnatic pause in another FPS game. Yeah. Pronax would take a pause, say absolutely nothing, but because Fnatic took a pause, they'd still win the rounds. it was straight BS. He even said it. He was like, sometimes don't even say anything. I just know we're going to win because the other team put so much pressure on themselves.
You've told me about that before, actually, yeah. It slipped my mind.
It was a very sort of like consistent thing. But the second they took a pause, they would win, no matter what. Now, ZETA will be hoping they can recreate that here.
They've given it away. Wall went up, wall went straight back down. After the forward came into play, ZETA know that this is going to be a play towards the C site. They've made the adaptations, opening the door, taking the fights. Damage has been done. 15 HP left on Jake. Great opportunity for Pistols with Vanity now low as well. This could slip away very quickly for the side of C9, and Pistols have long been the problem, but now those Pistols have recovered rifles, and they're here to fight strong. Lockdown in play for Laz, forcing them further back. And it's a very tough decision. Do you fight forward and try to break it? No, well, they do. But Laz is quick to the trigger, taking down Oxy, and look who's waiting on the other side. It's Hero Ron. Once again, for C9, the Thrifty comes through on the other side, and the scoreline will be equalized. That pause has done them well.
Yeah, I am starting to question how they are getting that much success. It might just be some of the sort of niche ideas that they're pulling out, which is pretty cool. Obviously, Junior is the one that is currently sat behind them. They've got a lot of coaches.
They do.
They have got 6 staff that are listed in the back lines. Obviously, one of them is Carlisle.
I thought it was 4.
They've got a head coach, a coach, an assistant coach, and 3 analysts.
3 analysts.
Carlisle, Crow, Junior, Nokaze, 37, Sieg, and Gaia 9. They've got a lot of people in the backlines, but behind them, for anybody wondering, of the 6, is Junior. They also then have 7 players.
I was going to say,
so
on the main roster as well, you've got a...
They can play against themselves and have 3 subs.
They get the analysts in to play. Oh get a full 10v10 with some coaches.
Yeah, but I guess Junior is the pause god. That's all I'm going to say.
He's done well.
Making a name for himself.
Well, now, as well, Tom, those ultimates you mentioned before are online. Showstopper's going to be used. Oxy popping his, but so too!
Hey,
it's Yetsuka! grabbing the kill, following up onto Vanity, but the numbers remain even for now. Zeppa quick to bite back. Another kill from Uran, though, equalizes yet again. That was the low HP player of Jake falling. Rifles recovered from C9. It was Curry that played with a judge. Now with the Vandal in hand, they've got a serious opportunity. They're going in to try and break the lockdown. They've done that, but they can't deal with Zeppa. C9 right back on the horse. The lead won't evade their grasp for very long. It's right back in their hands.
I was actually surprised they even swing off that. Maybe just looking for a bit of a surprise factor themselves. Like to, because you could just break that lockdown from the spot they're in. As Laz showed a few seconds ago, he's like, I can just shoot this. But I guess they thought that maybe someone would swing or peek a different angle. This was definitely an interesting fight. That might be the highest I've seen someone go in a long time from a showstopper. But for C9, well, the ults are well invested. And again, the purchase isn't bad from ZETA. Even though they're going to save a little bit of extra cash for the next round, they still have themselves a few rifles to play with. And they're going to go very aggressively pushing up. Again, the orbs started to be collected. Viper's Pit on either side. Although I will say a Viper's Pit for the attack when Nightfall's in play, bit risky. Kind of gives the game away and leaves you low in your own pit, but we'll see if they've got any plans. For now, it is just orb management, something I think that a lot of teams are very conscious about when it comes to this attack side, and I don't even know how Laz has just killed him there.
That was through a smoke, just...
It's through a smoke and through a wall.
Yeah.
He's cheating.
Checking PC. Yatsuka.
Oh, that's missed.
Oh my god.
That hasn't.
That couldn't have been more perfect. You couldn't have planned it if you're ZETA. And they're out of there for free. 5 versus
They definitely
3.
didn't plan it.
No.
Like, I'm going to miss my paranoia and then you're going to shoot him in the
look at me
face.
and then you swing it. If they did plan it, then get them a god.
Brilliant.
Just give them the trophy. At this point, Hero Ron down. Big kill for Curry. They've got the space to plant the spike now.
Oh, they're going to try and push up it as well. They've cleared out Laz, the man that caused them issues, well, throughout the series so far. And just look at the weaponry. Okay, there's one to be retrieved by Uran. Maybe a little bit nervous that someone's around the corner, so takes his time, but the turret gives the game away. And they're clearing angles over on the C9 side, taking that position towards the door. There's a couple of players here, and they're not going to get either of them, but Yatsuka, surely he won't check. He won't expect that second player to be there. Uran's actually put in his own Viper's Pit already. He doesn't have himself the shields low on HP. This is going horrifically. And getting back in there is just going to be impossible. To try and survive any sort of bullet spam is going to be difficult. And Curry has to do it with the classic, but there was never any real danger with how much he did with the nano swarms alone.
Yeah, that was it. The nanos were absolutely huge. And that's a Viper's Pit used up for an attempted 1v2. It's not worked, and it's given C9 that little bit of extra room to breathe further on Vanity. Appears to have an operator. Be curious to see if that's maintained as the timer ticks down.
The attack side Viper operator.
You know, he was critical of Boaster's Odin on attack, but the Viper op, I don't know. I'd love to get like Eccles' opinion on this. Like, why isn't Jake got it? It's paranoia. Good space taken. Yatsuka. Oh, it's unfortunate, but there's also a crunch coming up on mid. They push B. Laz already got 2, but down to 24. It's an op on the other side. Vanity's been consistent with it on the sky. And even now, looking to hold strong. Ah, look, there's no way through now. Those snake bites are denying them. ZETA have already fallen back, moving towards B.
It stops being worth it, this push, when you know that everybody is now peeking in on the angle. Before, there was at least the disruption of the aggressive push through C main, but that disruption is now gone. They can fall back. And both sides have traded this one fairly evenly. Maybe a slight bit more damage for the ZETA players. The problem, though, is obviously that Cloud9 can group up.
That was a nice fake. Wall up, wall down right away. It sort of tells them that maybe he's on the other side preparing his orbs, something like that. But then the turret spots them. There's lucky that Laz put that down. The information gets ZETA here very early. There's already some players rotated in. The spray here from Uran, not great, but he adjusts, knowing the swing was going to come from another angle. The problem is there's just too many players ready to fight. They abandoned the spike plan just to duel, knowing that that was their best chance to take it across the line. And now Hero Ron has to clutch it out. The first not even going to be offered up. Jake very quick on the trigger. And 6 rounds now found for Cloud9. They are pushing up in this series. The advanced gameplay certainly being shown off by the attackers.
Yeah, stabilizing after a couple of shaky rounds. The pistols doing the work again for ZETA, and then a back and forth that ends with their economy in the dirt once more. C9 have looked very, very good in terms of their overall structure, their synergy. And with a 3-round lead already, bear in mind, it was the 5 rounds, I think a 5-2 position on their defensive side that ZETA managed. And they really struggled on their attack. And while Yatsuka, he's definitely got confidence, he's got spirit, but he's down very early in this round. Laz, though, still doing damage, and Sugar Zero, see, this is a spot that you expect to be cleared. I'd be very surprised if Sugar Zero is allowed to get away with this one.
The problem is, as they go to clear it, there's going to be 2 players holding, so they have to wait for their Viper wall to be back online. Vanity will throw that up, they'll look to cross over, and that's where they can find some rewards. Snakebite landing perfectly on Sugar Zero. It's an easy kill for Vanity, very well cleared. The trades will come through from Laz, just the one for now. That might be all they need, honestly. And Curry, okay, he was low. That was a big advantage, but the heal comes through from Zeppa, bringing him back up to healthy fighting stature.
It genuinely seems like just if they can avoid Laz right now, it's working out for them.
Yep.
He's got 2 kills already with the Sheriff in this one. He gambled 2 players towards the A side of the map. Lockdown actually being considered for this one, but instead, well, it's been used even as they go back towards B. So. Again, another ult that just has completely gone amiss for the ZETA Division side.
Well, the Nightfall will be in full effect. An easy kill with Zeppa down. The 3rd kill for Laz in this round. The 4th, in fact. And now a serious opportunity. Vanity inside the Viper's pit. A rifle recovered. Laz looking for an ace with 2 teammates to close it out. Even if he falls, Vanity being sprayed on, and it's Hero Run to hit the shot. Not quite an ace, but a round win is all they need. 4 on the board now for ZETA. They will not go quietly. It's
genuinely just hard to believe how he manages to do it. 4 kills. Okay, the Nightfall helped him know where they are, but I'm pretty sure he still insta-headshot both players, so it's not like they make much of a difference. He would have killed them both anyway. Basically, 5 Sheriff headshots won them the round. It's absurd, the individual skill that this ZETA team has. It's just they need to build off it. We've had a couple of these now, and they're still down in rounds. If they can get the response, get up to 6 rounds, they're going to be happy with this half, even though, again, it looks like C9 are the ones leading this game.
Big play coming in from ZETA. Looks like an aggressive stance, but they're a little bit late on it. Sugar Zero popping over, but Jake's already there, able to take a free kill, and now force a lot of this control out of ZETA's hands. They've isolated Hero Ron. You can see him in tree all alone. As Oxy puts down his bot, he got taken.
Okay.
Another for Hero Ron. He's still being pressured, but it's 1 by 1. Now they group up. No, they don't! Still 1 by 1! Eventually, Zeppa's able to take him down, but it's too little too late. He's all alone, and an attempted clutch, a second bound. Seeker's out, swing, but there you go. 2 players on the other side. They only needed 1. Uran quick to find the headshot. C9 maintained the lead for quite a while, but we could be closing this half out neck and neck.
Yeah, what a play from Hero Run. You're definitely right. That was giving him those individual jewels, but
I couldn't believe it.
He still has to land shot after shot after shot. And in fact, he only actually goes down because of the player towards tree. If not, I believe he probably would have just taken everybody with him.
That's the thing, like, Oxy's okay. He's putting a boombot down, he gets swung. Shit happens, man. Like, that's okay. What can you do? Why? Why does it continue in that fashion? Just over-eager, overconfident, and, well, they got punished for it.
Well, they've got back to their 5 rounds as they did versus Fnatic, although a very different story. They weren't in the lead as they were then and let it slip. Pressure looking to be put on. Curry's going to be left on a pistol, but I'll be honest, he's no slouch. He's been very good with that gun throughout the couple of days we've had so far. Again, they still wait outside. They're going to use the lockdown, but this is a ruse. Not a single player going in that direction. Rotations heavy initially, but now some doubt is started to be put into the minds of those players. They've not seen anything over towards A. Hero Run, though, for a second, he had the right idea. Now, though, they're on full sprint back because Cloud9 have actually taken a while to really get into position. He goes through the snake bite.
Ooh, that was not a good idea.
What?
Oh, okay, bypassing the showstopper, but in fact, Yatsuka can't land his
30
shot
seconds
either.
left.
It's a messy round on the side of ZETA, one where they've been punished again and again. And a flawless conclusion to this half for C9. But, well, the scoreline is not that bad for ZETA. They've certainly managed
Same
to
as
hold
last
on.
time.
They've been able to fight back. You just have to hope that this attacking side is going to get off to a good start. We want to see them pick up the pistol here.
Yeah. And again, it's putting pressure on a youngster, but I'm looking at Yatsuka here. Like, what can he do on this attack side on that raise? Because, again, it's been a quieter defense. I don't mind so much. Like, it happens. But ultimately, a lot of the sort of success they had around from Hero Run, but Laz was just on fire. The clutch as well from Sugar Zero. Like, it has more been blips than anything. C9 have, again, looked like the better team in the majority of rounds. But this pistol could be everything. If this is taken over the line by ZETA, they again get that boost to their start. It really is game on, but if C9 take it, then they might just get too far out of reach. And as we know, the loser of this map is out. Done. We won't see ZETA anymore on this stage or Cloud9. One of them has a short trip home, the other slightly longer.
Oh my God, they've got their own chant leader down there. You see him on your screen getting the crowd hyped up. Wish I knew what they were saying, but it sounds good. That's all I need to know. If only ZETA could hear them, those inspiring words as they cheer on. Hey, there's Stevie as well. Look at him, he's just too well dressed, man.
He didn't like that.
We're talking about the Japanese casters and they're suave, but look at, we just need to get Stevie on the cam. Get him on the mic. Who's let Ian in here instead?
Yeah, you know. I don't know. I feel like you'd have to be a little bit careful. Like, Stevie might say a few things.
He could. He could. He'd be wild.
He gives wise words and sometimes says some crazy things. But
I also don't know.
love it.
I wouldn't want to put a headset on that hair. I don't want to mess it up.
It's true.
He refuses headsets, I've heard. He had a custom-made headset. Our producer's telling us
Kind of
he
respect.
had a custom-made headset, and that does not surprise me in the least. I can only imagine attempting to put a headset on that man's head.
Somewhere in the world,
Too.
Lothar is happy because he heard the word custom.
Custom, yeah. Every player should have. Yeah, I do agree with him. To be fair, every player should have custom in-ears. They're not that expensive for a team to invest in, and certainly worthwhile when it comes to international live events on stage.
No one cares. We're in the round.
No one cares. What do you mean? All right, a wide open A side. We got a second.
Here we go. As said, this is important for ZETA. They could get out of reach if C9 managed to take this one over the line. Yatsuka. It's going to find that opener and a long wraparound coming back in. Taking its time. It's ship walking initially, but they're actually going to get 2 kills from it. Nobody watching that backline as the defense has taken themselves an advantage here.
They put all their faith in the turret, but it had been smoked off. Laz's utility gets them absolutely nothing, and unless Laz has a huge play up his sleeve, there will be no denying that defuse. Very nicely done, and this all comes down to the smoke that we saw put through from Jake. He smokes off the turret in spawn, walks up behind, and they're able to pull off a Splinter Cell synchronized kill. Looked like Ghost Recon out here. Beautiful play.
It's an oversight, though, as well, because we've seen this in the previous half, where it was constantly watched by the side of Cloud9. Like, they always had somebody around that angle. In fact, in most cases, they had multiple players. So the fact that you were in an afterplant like that, and still nobody had any eyes on the flank, is a little bit worrying for ZETA. As said, like, that was an important pistol for them, already being down and really relying on individual plays in low-buy rounds. Well, they need another.
Oh, they absolutely do. I don't expect C9 to throw too many crazy plays out there. This is going to be tight gameplay to close out the map. Tournament life on the line. Spot in the semifinals up against Foot Esports. If they're to have a chance there, I want to see them close this out.
That's the thing, it's the tough day. Playing that first match, you got a best of 3 to prepare for Foot, who look unbelievable.
And they're watching. You best believe they're watching. The fewer rounds you can show them, the better.
Hey, C9 managed to do that in map number 2, but other than that, quite a lot shown. Now ZETA are going to get a plant. Extra credits. Again, nobody watching the flank, but luckily for them this time, nobody's coming from the flank. They're going right in front. And Oxy looks to farm up as many orbs as possible. He technically does get another one. But a plant and a minute amount of damage is all ZETA can achieve here. Now, we wait to see if they have a response.
You know what the best part about these signs is, man? I never even thought about it, but the fact that you custom make these signs, they're incredible, and then you're probably going to get the players to sign them as well, and that's like a piece of memorabilia that's going to last you forever. We should have brought some.
I imagine it will last them forever. I imagine if I did something like that, I would lose it. Or it would go in my suitcase and ended up folded in half.
I'm inspired though. I'm gonna be copying that Zeppa sign there and making.
I've seen your signs before, but normally it has two different players who are playing against each other.
I'm not sure about that. Doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound accurate. I put a lot of effort into my signs, Tom. I take offense to that. Took hours to make.
Let's agree to disagree.
You know, well, screw all my hard work, I suppose.
You put as much effort as I do into my outfits.
That's probably about right. Well, for ZETA, they've got a lot of players to fight off against here. Very nice paranoia to begin. Yatsuka onto Oxy. Sugar Zero following up. Jake's gone up top. A brave play and one that doesn't see a reward this time around. The one-to-one trade still leaves them light on the site. Curry has to do big work. He'll do well to find the first, but Sugar Zero dropping down from the top rope. He'll take the kill. This is a very nice round, fighting back for ZETA. They don't want to lose any more players, and luckily, the man who has to retake only has a bookie. Not only has a bookie, pardon me, also has a sheriff. Now that I see a sheriff in Vanity's hand, I do get a little bit more worried for the ZETA economy.
Why do I reckon that he'll get the kill with the bucky?
Yeah,
I think he'll kill Sugar Zero with a bucky. That's my call for this round.
Okay, we're rolling the dice. Let us know in chat, do you agree? Bucky kill, yay or nay? Is he going to play it with the sheriff? I think so.
No. If he went with the bucky, he would have gone there.
Absolutely, Tom. I couldn't agree more. He should have taken the bookie, wide, swung it out in the open, planned for the right click.
Exactly.
But he didn't. What a noob.
Yeah. It's like he's never even used a shotgun before.
Yeah, I don't think he has. I think that was his first time buying it.
That was a good
Don't
start.
watch the previous
this is more of what I wanted to see from Yatsuka. As I said, like coming in as that Raze, he is the only duelist they have on that side, and a lot of it you're going to be relying on him and HeroRon to sort of take space for the team. It's going to be a lot more difficult with that double controller setup to really get into position. So the fact that he's starting off strong with an opening kill like that is a good sign. Vanity, well, wow, brought the Odin into this round to do a little bit of spam damage and has almost died immediately.
The lucky thing is, once he goes behind that wall, they can't really fire back too easily. So good opportunity for him. They've tapped the spike, the orb, excuse me. They know exactly who they're up against and exactly what this guy likes to do. Zeppa's on the way to pop a heal for him. And even just to rotate in general, they're hearing a lot of noise around this area. The dog will go through. The tiger roaring his way down. Through the wall, he spotted a bunch of players. Time to heal up Vanity and get ready for the fight that is to come, and it most certainly is to come. They're going to clear out nobody inside tree. Once Vanity's healed up, I reckon he's going back in there with the Odin in hand, now that he knows it's open. But the door has just been opened, the timing kind of poor. Because he's 100 HP, he's confident to hold the angle. Now he's reclaimed his safe haven.
45 seconds left. ZETA have been somewhat waiting, maybe to see if Laz can find something on that lurk. Vanity is going to get forced back, but now it seems to be that split towards the B site. Curry not one to take this fight. The nade actually is going to force him off the angle. Vanity, in the meantime, has managed to find one. Zuka actually pushing forward. He wants to try and even things up, but Curry was more than aware. Vanity another with a wall bang. This leaves just two standing. Laz and Uran. It's not the prettiest of kills, but he gets the job down. However, that is all. C9 take that one convincingly to get themselves up to the 10th round. And again, just look at the finances for ZETA. They are on the ropes.
Yeah, really wise play by Vanity, I think, that whole round. He did well not to overcommit to any of the angles on A. This team of ZETA was looking for an opening there. Eventually, they decide to go back to B. He's got the rotation with his teammates. They double set up. The fact that Curry's able to hold strong despite being low HP, despite the nade landing at his feet as well, I think you have to commend him for that. He repositioned perfectly to allow Vanity to rotate in and give him that support. And then even here, as a wise man once said, wall bang! And it wasn't the kill, but it was the damage that allowed it to be so easy afterwards. 10-6. And C9 in prime position to close this one out, to send ZETA, our final Japanese representative, home. Won't be a long trip home, at least. The jet lag won't get them.
No,
Might even come along tomorrow to spectate. It is their home ground, quite literally. And the crazy thing about it, Tom, would be, as we go into ZETA's tactical pause, that if they go out, the first 3 teams out of this event will all be the Japanese ones.
You are technically correct. I don't like the framing of it, but
I don't really care if you like it or not, Tom. It's a fact.
True, but I don't have to like
I know
facts.
Ian would like it. He was telling me a lot of facts earlier. The fact machine.
Interesting facts, I would say.
Of course.
Some might even question the validity of those facts.
I would, to be honest. Having come from his mouth, I question everything that was said.
This is a good idea. It's a good idea. You don't believe the Ian conspiracies, you know? You hear about the legend of Beaks, and then you really have to start questioning reality. And while Cloud9 are probably questioning right now, what is ZETA about to do? It's another tactical pause. It's a junior tactical pause. One, as said, that had mass success. He looks calm, collected. No sweat on his brow.
No smiles either, though, Tom. The vibes on ZETA need to be brought back up, perhaps from what we saw before, but maybe they're just concentrated, zoned in, locked in. Final count was given to the coaches a matter of seconds before barriers go up. ZETA, they're not putting it all on the line here. Listen, they've got some credits spare, a couple of weapons will be invested into, but for the most part, yeah, C9 come in with a huge advantage. This time it's Oxy to go up top, but the challenge will not be towards A, Rubble, or anywhere around this area. Instead, a lot of presence being focused on towards the C site. We just had the showstopper picked up by Yatsuka.
We got a showstopper fight. We've seen a couple of those already throughout this game.
Other sides of the map, thankfully, for now.
For now, we'll see. Vanity also now switching up to that C site, playing the rotational Odin.
Normally you will play retake as well in this sort of setup, but he's got some killjoy utility as well, so it's a really powerful combination between the damage he can output, between the vulnerability that can be applied. There's a snake bite over. Oxy knows that it's coming, and that's why he pops his showstopper. But finding them will be a big challenge, especially on range. The rocket doesn't usually land. That's a good prediction. It's close, a little deeper, and Uran might have lost his life. There's the showstopper on the other side, and actually the same result. A little bit more damage with Vanity forced to flee. The C site is now ZETA's.
He'll get healed back up again. It's exactly the same as the prior round. He's going to last that little bit longer. Ult's not really online. Laz is not far away. And in fact, they're actually putting it up to Uran. The aggression just doesn't pay off. Sugar Zero at least getting one, but they are being slaughtered as they try and push forward. Curry with a triple. No hero this time for the side of ZETA to drag them through another pistol round. It seems like that ZETA magic might have just run out. 11-6 now. Cloud9 looking to book their spot in the semi-final, set up an EMEA versus NA battle, something that, well, has been enjoyed for many a time. Split the fans, of course.
Naturally. I mean, I think I know who I'm favoring after what Foot were able to do to 100 Thieves.
It wouldn't have mattered what Foot had done, you would be favoring them. Like, let's be honest. You have
accusations,
been,
Tom.
You have been bought and bribed.
Baseless accusations from you. I am insulted. My integrity has been called into question, and I don't take that lightly, Tom. You'll be hearing from my representatives.
That's
my agent will be in touch.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is also my agent, so good luck.
That is true.
That.
He may. I don't know. I don't know whose side he's going to take, Tom, but I am keen to find out. And I actually don't think it will be mine.
No, really, though.
But you know what? That's a story for another day.
Oh, here we go. 11-6. This has to be the response from ZETA, and it hasn't looked like there's been one coming for a while. The push up like C9 as they get more confident, the double swing, the timing of it sublime, and Uran, there is nothing he can really do. He just has to fall off. And this is going to force them in towards that C site. Aggression as well, coming up behind them on B. There is so much information for the side of C9. They're going to fall off the back of this, and you can see Vanity. He's playing in the corner they know he's going to be in. But he's going to sit here with the Odin, and Laz will take him out. Uran's position, though, who's going to check this? Honestly, who checks this? Not Curry, that's for sure. Oxy, though, still keeps things going. A nice response with the second shot, and now we're even again.
The nade. Yatsuka just tanked the nade. He swung out into it trying to punish Oxy. Now he's low as well as they go to plant this. Both stuck in the corner. Drop down from Laz. He's very low and he's hightailing it out, but it's being watched by Jake. 4 kills for Oxy already and no safe space for Laz. He has to fight right into the ace for Oxy. Top rated for a reason, leading by ACS, and leading the charge is C9. Push up to map point and series point. 6 chances to close this out and knock out our final Japanese representative.
After the first map, there was definitely hope for ZETA, but as we've seen as of yesterday, C9 sometimes start a little bit slow. Jake's had a fantastic map. Oxy looking to take his crown at the top of the leaderboard. And that was a round that looked very good for ZETA. Started strong. Now they're going to try and fight tooth and nail for this A control. It's an instant trade. Yatsuka 1-for-1. Util being thrown in from either side. And a quick run back. There is nobody currently on this C site. But Curry's Util could slow them down a little bit. Orb not going to be taken. They have ults available if they want to try and use it. And there goes that Util. It gives so much time. Look at the full sprint coming out of their defensive side. There was no one on site, but they now have players left on the cross.
Oh man, look at the damage done. Uran and Laz are so low. Even the Viper's Pit might not be able to save them, and it won't be. It won't be pulled into play because Curry's taking Uran down. The low HP makes the wall bang so much easier. Showstopper used. Great shot from Oxy, and it's Hero Ron to do it all. 8 HP on Curry, and quite a lot on Oxy. But he's at least got the spike, a chance if he can manage to get this down in a post fight, if he can pick one of them off along the way. And where he decides to take it could decide it all. A turret sat on B, waiting to grab the information, and the second he peeks it, these players will be grouping up, looking to use the numbers to their advantage. They now know roughly where he is, but 25 seconds, Tom. He's deciding to rotate, moving back to the C site. The clock is going to cut it extremely close, and with Curry still close by, it's a matter of seconds before he hears the steps. There it is, the info. Now caught by Curry. 12 seconds, the swing is in, the shot landed! A chance for Hero Run, a slim opportunity. And it's the top-rated player of the tournament so far on the other side. It's Oxy. He knows that he's not towards the spawn. Waterfall is the suspected position, but it'll all come down to timing. Oxy, patient on the way through. He's been here before. He's won these clutches, even against greater odds. But Hero Run, he wants to stop him in his tracks, buy a chance for ZETA to cling on to tournament life. He's got the timing, and he'll keep them alive.
Might just be the most important RedBull clutch of the tournament so far. Hero Ron in a spot that looked unwinnable, managing to isolate the jewels, getting into the afterplant, and again, for an 18-year-old player on the stage in Tokyo, facing elimination, the first couple of days he's played with this team and officials, he's given them life. They are on their last legs.
The vibes are back up. Big smile on Hero Ron's face. It's what I like to see. It starts here. The snakebite nade combo has been dangerous outside of A. We've seen it a couple of times come through from C9. Last round most notably, grabbing the trade and eliminating Yatsuka within a matter of seconds of the round starting. Although Yatsuka did get the opening kill, so it was trade back. For ZETA, they want to avoid that, but they've muscled the control out of C9's hands as they look to get aggressive around B. Now, as they fall back, Laz is sensing that that space has been left wide open. He's got a good flank on the way as ZETA focus their attention on the A site.
A little bit quicker. Bear in mind, Hero Ron is the one with the spike. Seekers are going to spot him out, and that's Uran gone already. Another fall to the hands of C9 as they quickly come back from a singular round of defeat. Laz needs this kill, and he won't find it. Shuka Zero is surrounded.